The final battle ends here. In the upper left, we have our Protoss player engineering the comeback. It could be one of the best comebacks of the GSTL. He is...
Slayers Puzzle!
Puzzle. And in the bottom right, the final boss. The buck stops here. Can he do it for his team? He is...
MVP Dongnaegu!
Oh, the harder a puzzle is to solve is oftentimes based on how many pieces, but also based on how complex the picture is.
Oh God, I hate doing puzzles. Do you have a girlfriend who's like, let's just stay in?
No.
Let's just stay in tonight and we're gonna do a puzzle, and it's like the puzzle with the dogs playing poker and smoking or whatever.
Yeah, I know those puzzles, but
God,
you got to start with
damn
the corner pieces first.
Yeah,
and
I know.
What if if you play a prank on someone, you take a lot of edge and corner pieces, then you tell them to solve the puzzle. They're gonna get a little bit frustrated. They're like, I can't find the corner pieces. There's so many pieces. It's like a 3,000 piece puzzle. They keep looking through. They can't find the corner pieces.
Like, wait a minute. This is a yellow piece. There's only one yellow part on the puzzle.
You take a Rubik's
Does anybody else have a yellow piece? Because I have a yellow piece over here.
You know, the best part of the puzzle is like when you have that guy who like clearly doesn't know what he's doing. He's like trying to put two pieces together that don't fit together. He's like trying to make it work.
I think they fit together.
I'm like, no,
oh
look
God,
at the
man.
picture. That doesn't even make sense.
Do you understand how they make puzzles? Okay, they actually cut this up just right.
He's like, well, this one sticks out and this one sticks in, so I can just put these together. No, they're different sizes.
Yeah, man.
Well, he's going to commit to the block heavily here, dropping the pylon.
What other kind of puzzles are there?
Well, there's 3D puzzles, which I wanted to get into as a kid, but the first time I tried to solve one, I was like, whoa,
It's
this
like the
is too
stuff
hard.
your grandma buys you for Christmas.
No, actually, my grandmother did buy me 3D
Oh my God, I am like too on point right now, man.
I know, man. I'm like, whoa.
Whoa. That's the kind of stuff my grandma would. I'm like, oh, it's.
When I was in third grade, I had a crush on a girl who had this massive 3D puzzle of Titanic in her house that she made. Like, she finished it with, I guess, she said she did it herself, but let's be honest, her parents probably helped her. But still, I was like, wow. I was like, I want to do 3D puzzles. Like, I mean, like, that was the coolest thing I ever saw, this massive Titanic. Then when I went to some other friend's house, and he had, like, a Star Destroyer from Star Wars that was 3D puzzle, I was like, oh my God, I got to get into this. But then I got, like, a small 3D puzzle from my grandmother for Christmas, and I was like, well, this is too hard, I give up. I was a quitter, man. I was like, nope.
Oh, man.
Well, if you have a Slayer's puzzle, though, man, that is the hardest of all.
That is. That absolutely is. I've been to get a Rubik's Cube at some point in time and go on the internet and just figure out that simple formula to solve Rubik's Cubes.
Well, the best thing to do is have that nerd who like just figured out how to solve Rubik's Cubes. He's like trying to impress somebody. You take two squares and you switch them, and you give them the cube. You can't solve it.
Oh, that's so good. Trolling the earth here. Oh, that's excellent, Wolf. You and me are going to do is we're going to go to the club with our wingman Rubik's Cubes. We're going to be down there solving them. I'm like, whoa, look at that.
Yeah. Those girls will be like, wow, how did you do that?
How did you do that? I'm like, well, you know, I don't know. I've never used a Rubik's Cube before, but, you know.
I looked at it and I saw the answer and I made it happen.
You know, it's like that. And, you know, when I see the tag sticking out of the back of somebody's shirt, I mean, I have to make it look right, okay?
Yes.
You can't leave a Rubik's Cube unsolved. You can't have a tag. It's like when you see the, a hoodie sticking inside out on the back of somebody's shirt.
Yeah.
That looks terrible.
Sometimes, I see those people really far away and I just start running. I have to catch them. As soon as they run away, I'm like, listen, I'm just trying to help. I chase them all the way down the street and I put their tag in and they thank me every time. They're like, wow, you gave me a bunch of exercise. And
one tag at a time. We'll solving the world's problems. Well, the game still hasn't really developed yet, guys. We're kind of waiting for...
We were waiting for the pros to make the tech choice.
Yeah.
The Zerg took the third base first because he was pylon blocked. This happens most of the time. 8 drones on the way. And no gases for a Zerg. We've seen this several times. And we're going to see +1 4-gate pressure just as we predicted. This is a very common strategy to see, especially when the Zerg takes the third base faster than the natural. Oh, he spots the probe, though.
Lots of gases here for the Zerg.
Yeah,
and a quick Roach Warren, so he might be okay against this attack.
It's all going to come down to whether he spots the pylon. He saw the probe, and his Overlord is positioned in the exact place where anyone who does this build will make a pylon. Does the Overlord see that, though? It's like right on the edge. No, he doesn't. I can't believe it. Look at that.
That's so good.
He doesn't see, man. Well, this is going to be pretty tough to hold. The pylon is not as close as it could be, though. A lot of Zerglings
Oh,
already
but you know what?
made.
The Lings might actually come up here anyways and just bump into this.
His warp gate research is just now done.
Did he actually get vision of that?
No.
No.
Blair is on the way. 8 more drones. He will see it now, though. He sees it.
Busted.
Busted in deep, but he just spent all of his larva on drones. He's got 10 more just popped out with the injects. He makes stalkers as he notices that the Zergling speed is still not done.
Actually, Zergling speed only just now started.
Yeah. Blair is on the way, but from here he's like, well, I'm just going to actually make a Twilight Council. I'm not going to commit since I've been seen, but I will catch all of these Zerglings and kill them. All of them.
Now, he wants to keep those Zerglings back there so that as he comes down, he can actually hit that pylon from behind. Now, the probe over here is inside the upper right main, making another pylon. He needs to get that probe back down here because he needs another pylon for this rush on the low ground. That pylon that he has, that's been the primary pylon for most of this game, is actually too far away, and we're seeing a lot more gateways being planted down here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he is going to go for Blink and a ton of gates. There's Blink starting now as his Twilight Council finishes. He's going to go with Blink and +2. Will likely add a Robotics. You get an Observer out with this. He doesn't have to, though, with the type of build that we're seeing right now. It's just something that you do commonly see. People call it the +2 Blink Stalker Observer build. Or all-in. He's got so much Chrono energy to get that Blink out really, really fast, as well as his +2. He's going to be constantly Chrono boosting both. And I mean, look at how much he's done with just this small group of Stalkers against slow Zerglings. That's why speed is so important. It's about to finish, but he doesn't have any Lings nearby.
Talk about really utilizing these Stalkers here.
Yeah, he's even going to get this Roach.
Only losing shields.
He's going to get that Roach. Well,
see you in hell, Roach.
At this point, the army supply
Actually, I think Puzzle can actually do this, man.
He can,
He's actually looking pretty good.
The thing is, the Overlord sees no third base.
He knows all.
Yeah, he's that Overlord that's only got 2 eyes, but he still knows. He's not an Overseer with like 8 eyes all over him.
No, I know, man. Like, gets a headache. You can like see too much at all time. It's like, I don't know how a chameleon's brain processes that with the eyeballs moving around.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the Overseer probably closes most of his eyes except 2 at most times. He only opens them when he needs to see DTs because it takes 8 eyes to see a DT, I guess. So spiders never get killed by DTs.
All right, here comes the rush.
Yep, that probe's bringing some Vespine gas too. Makes it even stronger.
It's actually the cube from Portal, man.
Yeah.
All right.
He shows Blink as well. Oh, we're going to have a base trade potentially. There is a sentry in play. A second cannon. He doesn't have enough here. The cannon will be targeted down. He needs more sentries, and he just does not have them. He's making a Stalker and a sentry. Cannon will finish. Maybe he has enough here.
Oh
but
my God, he's not paying attention.
He was totally not paying attention. Oh my God, destroying the rocks at the worst possible moment. And that is it. Puzzle, you have come this far, but it looks like this is the end of the line. The Stalkers have no retreat path. He is being crushed here. That's it.
Wow,
I've never seen Destructible Rocks actually take a game like that.
Well, you could see he was actually waiting to do the next force field and then blindsided by
Overseers.
And he's actually scratching his head. I think that's good. Yeah, man or Overseers saying, get out, man, get out, you're done.
This game was decided by I almost said Dustin Browder, but Destructible Rocks.
Destructible Browders, man. Now, yeah, that's basically, that's it, man.
That's it. GG.
GG.
That was the most anticlimactic finish I have ever seen.
GGRG just went there and he was like, bruh! Just took him out.
He's like, quit looking at those rocks.
Nerd face.
That's it, man. That is it. I cannot believe this entire Team League match was decided by Destructible Rocks. Well, that's
it
what
really
happened.
was.
He not only did he, I mean, he surrounded the units before he started attacking them. I mean, like, Puzzle was so focused on getting those sentries out that he just did not notice. Dongergu with the sly move there. That's it.
Man.
Wow. I mean, we're done here.
The teammates going there comforting Puzzle, who's probably like, oh, God, I was so close to winning this for my team. DRG very happy. Like, thanks for killing all those nerds for me, guys. Make it a little bit easier for me to only have to win one game.
This is what you call a tragic defeat, you know? I mean, he has this all-in that's perfectly planned. It was about to be perfectly executed. He had the cannons going in. He was getting enough sentries to probably hold. And then he got hit by a car, you know?
Yeah, no, that was actually like watching him get hit by a bus.
It's like he's done
like
so much.
He's there like assembling the sniper rifle like on top of the building, and then just bam.
Yeah, it's like his.
For some reason, there's a bust on top of that building, and that's what happened.
And we had this entire build-up to him having this crazy comeback. Everything is falling into place, and then suddenly, whoa, wait a second, I guess some outside force, which is him not paying attention to his stalkers, or he's killing the rocks, ends the game for him.
Yeah.
And even if he was paying attention, it would have been a tough build to do, but I mean, we don't even know what would have happened exactly. We'll never know.
We'll never know because
those stalkers had so much potential.
He actually got this complete surround, and there was even one more volley onto the rocks before he suddenly, you could see he goes back to the screen. He's like, what? He's just trying to come up with something and can't do
nothing,
it.
Though.
Yeah.
He blinks back, and then he doesn't even have vision on the high ground to blink up onto the high ground. He's got no retreat path. What does he do? Blink into more roaches?
He's like blinking into the wall.
Yeah, I mean, there were spines up. Everything just suddenly went poorly there for him, and literally those stalkers had so much potential.
And I think Puzzle had a chance for a little bit there because he was doing so much for those 4 stalkers in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
But
his timing was well done.
I feel like some of these Protosses don't actually look for the Overlords, which are spotting. I mean, for instance, DRG knows that's coming. There's an Overlord right, just floating right over that third base. Yeah. I mean, he knows. There's no mystery there. I feel like
it's one of those all-ins where he's like, even if you know, it's so hard for you to stop my Blink Stalker Micro. That's what I'm relying on here. A little bit of surprise, but the surprise was. Surprised a little bit too early. It's like when you get a surprise birthday party spoiled like an hour before. It's like not as bad as if it's spoiled like a week in advance. But the Stalkers still could have made that work. He didn't kill the rocks earlier, so even if he was paying attention, the rocks bought. Don't go a little bit more time. He had the spine crawlers up. It may still not have worked, but we'll never know.
We'll never know. Your screen has to be over the right place at the right time. A lot of people have this fantasy that these pro gamers are just doing everything at once, and there are moments when they're doing that, but actually, you have to prioritize your actions.
Yeah, you have to remember they're still human.
Yeah.
Some people forget, but they are still human.
They are still human?
Except MVP. I think he might actually be a robot.
No, he's not a human.
He might be an android at least.
He's actually like a T-1000.
He's half human at most, okay?
Maybe
a third. Maybe. I'm not sure.
I don't know. He's like Khaleesi in Game of Thrones.
Could be.
Except instead of being immune to heat, he's really good at computer games.
I was like, oh yeah, what's he immune to? I don't know.
I know. Nerds. He's immune to nerds, Wolf?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, we're done here, man.
We did it.
MVP wins. Dongrigu did what he needed to do. Slayer's Puzzle.
It was a good series. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, impressive play by Slayer's Puzzle, even though at the end of the day he made, one of the most... I don't even want to say... I don't know what to call it. I mean, he made a mistake that nobody expected.
And let's take a moment to really talk about Sniper. There are 3 people that are the real stories here. Sniper, Puzzle, and DRG.
Yes.
You got to highlight that. Sniper actually did the vast majority of the work for the team. And DRG cleaned up the rest. He got his nerd mop out with his nerd bucket. Cleaned that up.
He cleaned it up, man.
And, great games. Going to set 9, I love it.
Okay, so I discussed this with Calidor. I discussed this with Artosis. Who would you pick as the MVP? Dongrigu, who beat the guy who almost beat your whole team, or do you pick Sniper because he started things off?
I think Sniper is the way I do it. This whole DRG, he beat Puzzle, who was like beating everybody, but honestly, the number of players that Sniper moved out, especially JYP, the person there to kill off the Zergs. I think had JYP been there, it would have been a different story. But I don't know why. Who do you pick?
I actually picked Dongrigu in this case.
Okay.
Because that's like the final hour. That's the moment in the match that's most important. Yeah, Sniper led things up to that point, but I think if you kill the guy who's got this crazy comeback, he looks unstoppable, and it's no longer like, oh, he looks unstoppable, but I still have 2 more players. It's like, he looks unstoppable, and this is it. Dongrigu, if you screw this up, and you have to beat like potentially the toughest opponent that our team has had to face yet, and you beat him, that's my opinion. But some people are like, no, quantity over quality. I'm like, well, I mean, it's not. I don't even say it's quality. I mean, I'm saying that, but it's like not the best way to put
depends, it. On what you consider to be most pivotal. We're gonna go to the interview now.
MVP입니다. 축하드리고요. 오늘 경기 MVP 바로 박수호 선수입니다.
And we're gonna give it to Dongrigu.
네, 제가 정확히 해보진 않았지만 가장 MVP 인터뷰를 많이 한 선수가 아닐까 싶은데요. 지금 기분이 어떠신가요?
나름 라이벌 팀이라고 생각해도 슬레이어스 팀에게 승리를 이렇게 접전 끝에 하니까 많이 좋네요.
네, 마지막 경기에 딱 나오셨는데 그때
It's the rival team of Slayers, and he's really happy that he contributed in this victory today.
네, 주장 또 대장의 인물로서
네.
네, 항상 마지막을 지켜야 한다는 사명감이 있기 때문에 무조건 네, 지켜낼 수 있을 거라고 자신했습니다. 네.
네, 알겠습니다. 자, 초창기에는요, 박수 원맨팀이라고
He was really confident. He knows his team trusted him as last player. He did his very best not to disappoint his teammates.
팀원들에게 이 자리를 빌어서 한마디 해주신다면?
우리 이번에 막 해외대회 다니라 팀 연습도 제대로 못했는데 이렇게 올라가는 거 보니까 팀 연습 제대로 하면 우승은 그냥 식은 죽 먹히겠다. 열심히 하자.
네, 알겠습니다. 다음 경기 또 기대하도록 할게요. 감사합니다.
Our team really didn't have time to
그리고
practice this time, but we won this time.
감독님 축하드립니다.
So he thinks his team has a good chance to
go
all the way if they get more practice.
Yeah, I mean, even with very little practice, they're able to succeed, and it's going to make him feel confident going into the next
같기도
match.
한데 어떠신가요?
아까 뭐 사전 인터뷰 때도 말씀드렸지만 항상 풀세트를 가기 때문에
네.
그것까지 생각은 하고 왔고요. 초반에 권태현 선수가 워낙 잘해줘서
When they meet Slayers, they always go to the final match. So even though they were up 3-0, they thought Slayers might
네,
make a
그리고
comeback.
감독님이
네.
And he's really thankful for DRG taking off all that, or taking off the pressure
어느
in
자리에
the series.
어느 순간에 넣어도 무조건 1승 이상씩은 해주는 듬직한 선수기 때문에 거기다가 주장 역할도 워낙 잘해서 그냥 멋진 선수죠.
DRG won today's matches for our team, but you know he's also the
이제
captain.
훈훈한데요. 자,
So he helps everybody on
마지막으로
the
다음
team
주
in getting better and supporting them. So he's very
역대
thankful to
GSTL
him.
우승팀 킬러로 지금 이번 시즌 아주 활약을 일으키고 있는 푸나틱 레이드콜이 기다리고 있습니다. 승자전 각오 한마디 해주시죠.
플라틱 레이드콜이 잘하는 저그 선수들이 많아서 솔직히 저그 카드를 잡을 선수들을 미리 좀 준비를 시켜야 될 것 같아요. 예, 그게 바로 아마 승리로 이어지지 않을까 이렇게 조심스럽게
어떤 선수가 될까요?
저그를 잡을 카드로 예, 토스 카드 2개랑 태양 카드 하나
And the
정도는
next match
준비를 해야
versus Fnatic.
네, 지켜보도록
He
하겠습니다.
thinks Fnatic has really strong Zerg
감사합니다.
players, so they're gonna have to
자, 이상
practice. They're gonna have to
승자전에
really
진출한
figure out,
MVP팀을
which players to bring
만나봤습니다.
out
서경환 캐스터
against those Zerg
나와주시죠.
players.
네, 최하나 리포터 수고 많으셨습니다.
Oh, we're back on camera. I'm actually like down here, like hunched over my screen. Got my nerd back going. Well, good job today, Wolf.
Yeah, it was
a
great.
lot of fun, man.
Yeah, well done.
Good games.
Good games. You know,
Lots of great
the
mirror
finish
matchup
was
games.
so anticlimactic, but it's that type of story that can be really exciting too. So
Well, I mean, Puzzle got beheaded in that game. I mean, that was like, oh, it's intense. Here we go. Oh, happy birthday, Wolf.
oh, thank you, GOMTV and
Your
everyone.
cup was shot
A
at-
bunch of people send me birthday wishes. Thank you.
Look at that hot blonde, man. God. Well, you too.
I
mean,
love
you're a
that
hot
that was the
blonde
image
too.
they decided to pick to say happy birthday to
I know.
me.
Well, a lot of people don't know
Like
that you
Jay.
like that you like to cross dress, and you know now people know. You know.
Yeah, I guess
I do as well.
so.
Yeah. All right, I got my heels
our
on under
secret
this table.
lives.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's go ahead and take a look at the schedule now.
yeah, here's the schedule. You can see that, of course, tomorrow we have TSL versus FX Open. Dan will be joining me for that broadcast. And then, of course, the following Friday, we will have Fnatic against MVP. And then that's next Saturday, we have Inasosa versus the match winner of, Match 2, obviously TSL versus FXO. Then the following Friday, we have Prime versus Slayers. And then the Saturday after that, we have Startail versus whoever loses. Match number 2, which will, of course, be either TSL or FX Open. This is the first time I've actually tried to go all the way to the end and explain everything.
You
so-
did it, Wolf. You're
I did it,
getting
man.
older, man, and you pulled it off just fine.
Dude, when I was 21, I couldn't do this.
You
but
couldn't have
now
done that, right?
I can do it.
Yeah. Wow. All right, man. Well,
By the way, continue to participate in our contest, our photo contest.
please do.
Thanks, Hot6. Oh, it even came up on the screen when I started saying that. You know, basically, tell Hot6 how much you love them for sponsoring this tournament.
Yeah. It's actually a delicious energy drink.
It is.
It's yummy.
Everyone around here is drinking it today, actually, in the studio.
Yeah, man.
I had one, and then Slayer's Alicia was like, "Can I please have that?" And I was like, "All right." So I gave it to him because I'm nice, but I felt a little bit of animosity afterwards. I was like,
He's out of line, man.
it was out of
You
line,
needed
man.
that.
He was just sitting on the bench. Did he even play today? No.
All right, well, that does it today. Great work, as always, Wolf. Happy birthday again.
Thank you.
I will be signing out now with Wolf, but tomorrow, be sure to join in the afternoon here because Wolf and our toasts are going to be casting some more awesome GSTL.